So I saw this little meme when I was scrolling on social media, and it just reminded me of sometimes in my DM on Instagram, I have a lot of women who contact me and are looking for like advice on certain things that they're going through in their relationships, which I just want to let all those women know that I am looking on into ways that I will be able to somehow create something that I am able to not only communicate with you but contact you, and be able to reach out to you in ways or even answer certain questions. But I also thought that stuff like this, like certain memes and stuff, can be extremely helpful, especially when it's not just about somebody who said something. It's something that can just cause a deeper conversation. So I was scrolling and I saw this post, and it says, when she just got done acting crazy and now she wants a kiss. And, it was a man who posted this, and he was basically saying like, oh, y'all all be doing this, we get mad and we'll have an argument. And when you're ready for the argument to be over, then you're all over us. You're trying to give us a hug. You're trying to give us a kiss, and it doesn't work like that. And so this is something that is really, really crucial. Okay. Because I believe that we can talk about, the way in which you articulate yourself when you're upset, the way in which you communicate with your partner when you are upset. But, there's also the most important part. Okay. Besides how you're communicating while you're upset in the tone in which you're doing it. But one of the most important parts of rekindling the flame between the two of you is how you maneuver after everything is all said and done. This can set the tone for the entire relationship. This can change the way that your man is going to feel, because listen, in a lot of situations, a lot of women really don't realize that whenever there is a disagreement between you and your spouse as a woman, that a man is sitting there taking notes. He's watching your body language. He's watching the way in which you're communicating yourself. He's watching the way that you're carrying yourself. He's watching your facial expressions. And he is looking like, okay, on this meter, number one, how far did she take it this time? I need to anticipate this line. Was she receptive? Was she accountable? Was she explaining herself in this situation? Is she going through something hormonally? Like, what is the situation? Two, is she, did she throw some low blows in there? Was she throwing jabs? Was she indirectly saying certain things to me that should not have been brought up in this conversation? Also, did this situation merit this level of behavior? If the conversation was about this, did she just take this conversation all the way up here, unwarranted? I mean, I can go down the list. There's a lot of things that men are thinking. But men are very different than women are, right? A lot of women are very prone to just saying whatever out of their mouth. A lot of women, as we can see, reality TV is a perfect example of that. We see women who are in catty mess all day long. They say whatever, they just act off an impulse. They say whatever comes to their mind, whatever they feel, they don't hold anything back. And they get into this rhythm of just saying anything. And then when they're over it, a woman to a woman will be like, oh, girl, I didn't really mean that. I'm sorry. I love you. And they can be friends again. It does not work like that with men. Whatever you say out of your mouth, that man is taking it and cashing it at the bank. He believes you. Whether you say you just said it because you were angry, you were just mad, you were just upset a little bit, he is believing verbatim what you said, and he's not going to forget it. And what happens is that a lot of women are behind the demise of their relationship, because over time, the man will just keep adding that stuff to the list. Okay, this time she said your mama. This time she said this. This time she talked about finance. This time she said this about, that one time that I told her something in confidence and she threw it back in my face. This time. And then over time, it will change the way that he's interacting with you, the way that he views you, the way that he bonds with you, the way that he sees you. It doesn't matter how beautiful you are. You could be a model. It doesn't matter. When you keep building and creating these horrible, memories between you and your spouse in this relationship, it is going to set the tone. And it was also going to, set the stage for the demise. It's starting to go down. We already had a conversation very recently, about how you remember who you're talking to. And as a matter of fact, at the end of this video, you will see the video pop up, and I will go ahead and link that video. So of how to articulate yourself when you are in disagreement. You need to remember who you're talking to. You can't attack, the person based off of the conversation that's happening, or maybe because your feelings are hurt or your emotions. We have to stay focused. Remember who you're talking to. Look at the person. Not to say you're going to be perfect, but you need to work on it. Okay? But again, the next very important step after that is, it is not for a woman to just walk up to a man after they've had maybe a debacle. Maybe they're in odds, right? Maybe they've had this conversation. She feels this way. He feels that way. Tensions were flying. He was upset. She was upset. And the two of them are just, they have to take a breather. The two of them need a break. You cannot come back to your man and give him a hug and a kiss and say, oh, babe, what do you want to eat? And completely disregard what happened in the situation. You cannot do that. Because as much as you might believe that you are trying to mull things over and you're doing the right thing by showing this man love and affection, and you're trying to bond with him, you're trying to show him that you're not mad anymore, that behavior is deemed as very dismissive behavior. That means I don't care about how you feel because I'm over it. I don't care about what I said to you because I'm ready to get over the situation. So you should just get over it too with me. It is much easier to, bring peace back into the situation when you are not only accountable, but when in that exact moment, in that instant, you say, can we talk about what happened earlier? Before you move forward, before you go on for the kiss, before you go on for the hug, can we talk about what happened earlier? I want to talk about what happened earlier. Are you available to talk? Because that's the next thing. You can't be coming in there high and mighty talking about, we need to talk about what happened because, I'm over it and you should be over it. That don't work. Okay. You need 5 more minutes. You need to go drink some water. Are you available to talk, or are you willing to talk with me about what just happened or about what just took place? Because I would like to talk to you about that situation. Most of the time, especially if you referred to the video before that you guys are going to see, that is letting you know that you remembered who you talked to. You did not go with the jabs. You didn't have the low blows. Maybe you were just irritated, emotional. Maybe you were hormonal, whatever the situation is. And maybe you were just speaking out of frustration and you did not cross a boundary. Okay, because if you cross a boundary, that's a whole different conversation. But you have to approach that situation. Can I speak to you? Okay. I just wanted to take accountability for what I said. I was wrong for the way in which I communicated with you. I'm sorry. I apologize. I should not have done that. That was wrong of me to do that. I just wanted to let you know that I'm aware that I don't like how that conversation went. I'm sure that you did not like how that conversation went. And, I don't want to be at odds with you. Most of the time, women say men don't talk. No, a lot of men don't talk because of the way that you talk to them. Most of the time, if that space is created, you will hear a man and say, well, I appreciate that. And this is how I felt during that situation. And this is how that made me feel. I didn't like when you said this. I didn't appreciate when you did that. And you're supposed to sit there with your notepad and say, okay, he did not like when I did this. Okay, I need to work on this. This is something that I should not make happen 5 more times. I need to work on this because he just blatantly told me what he does not like. I don't want it to reach a point. This is what a woman should be thinking, that he is no longer communicating with me verbally because he done told me this. How many times he gonna keep telling me this? I want to, let me take note of that. Okay. And you are sitting there and you are receptive to his feelings. You are receptive to his emotions. You are receptive to his thought process, whether it takes him 5 minutes to explain it or an hour. Because a lot of women have the tendency to be very selfish in relationships. And the reason why is because a lot of women, women are more emotional, men are more logical. But just because women are more emotional does not mean that men are emotionless. So women believe that because they are the ones who are more emotional, that their feelings come first. That's not true. If you are in a relationship with somebody, both of your feelings matter. Both of your emotions matter. Both of your thought processes, especially in disagreements, matter. You may have your point of view and you're going to feel like your point of view is so right and you are so strong. That person has a point of view. You have to sit down and listen to that man and listen to what he's saying. Because you are inside of you and you know what you're thinking secretly. He's experiencing you. Sometimes, people can do things and they're not even, so much aware of exactly what it is that they're doing or even why they're doing it or the patterns that they have. But this person who is experiencing you can perfectly tell you what it is that you're doing because they're seeing it right in front of their face. Being solution-based, it's very important that we understand that everything is not always going to be peachy keen. Everything is not always going to be, you smiling all day long, bliss. Oh, I just love him. Oh, he's so sweet. I just love him. Oh, he just loves me. He just showering me with love. It's not always going to be like that. That's reality because there's ebbs and flows in life. Relationships, I feel like are the biggest mirror of how life actually is too. It can be blissful. It can be amazing. Maybe you go through something. It doesn't mean that it does not have to be, it's still not blissful. But in the moment, you're going through something. Your emotions are a little tainted because of the situation. Maybe, the situation changes. Your feelings are going to change. It's going to be better off. But in these times, how you, again, communicate, articulate yourself, how you voice your disagreements, how you react to this person when you are upset, and how you react to this person directly after that situation are going to change the entire spectrum of your relationship. Because you're not going to keep building things. You're not going to keep building and breaking. You're only going to continue to build. Because he's going to say, yeah, okay. Yeah, we get into disagreements, but she never hit below the belt. She's not yelling at me like I'm a little kid. She's not disrespecting me. She's not saying this. She's not doing that. She's still showing her respect for me, even though she's disagreeing with me. I can appreciate that. You're going to, have a relationship where, and he's going to say, oh, she's accountable. She's accountable for her actions. She apologizes. She owns her stuff. That's one thing I could say. And then that's how, the relationship is created where a woman is going to be getting things out of the relationship from her spouse. The communication, the open doors of communication, the affection, the love. A lot of women want the hug, the kiss. And you think that your man is incapable of doing, or you think, oh, you used to hug and kiss me. You don't even do that stuff no more. Check yourself. Because maybe he doesn't see somebody who he wants to hug and kiss. Maybe your light is real dim when he look at you. Maybe he disgusted when he look at you. Because of how you make him feel. A lot of women, they talk about, oh, I'm not cooking and cleaning for no man. I'm not doing this for no man. I'm not submitting to no man, because these men don't do this and these men don't do that. It's because you haven't experienced the fullness of a man, because you don't even, y'all don't even let a man be a man. You want to tell him what to do and how to do it. 2, you step in and you create a bad atmosphere that he is now stifled, and he's like, man, I want to hug her and I want to kiss her, but I look at her and I can't do it. Because look how she talks to me. Look how she treats me. Look how we just had this argument and she's going on with her day like nothing happened. Look how she doesn't even care about the way that I feel. Listen, as a sis, to the women, this is not this is particular conversation, and most of the conversations I have, this is not me giving you something just because some people be saying, oh, you pandering, or you're just saying this to be on the man's side. This is truth. This is how you're going to be in relationships to the fullness and allow it to thrive. This is out of love. So get your feelings out of it. Get your emotions out of it. If it's you that I'm talking to, don't get your feelings hurt. Just work on it. It's okay. Nobody's perfect. Work on it. If he's still there and he's still willing and he's still standing there with you, work on it. Because when you got into a relationship, you knew the type of person that he deserved, and you knew he deserved the best. That's why you wanted to be with him so bad, because you knew you could give him that. Somehow down the line, sometimes it be getting lost in the sauce. Give him that. Sometimes, you could start over with an apology. Listen, babe, I know we've had some rough times. I know I've said some things I shouldn't have said. I know I've come at you in ways that I definitely should have never done that. I know I'm speaking out of term. I know I've done a lot of things. But I want to let you know that I'm standing here with you, and I'm going to get it right for you. You deserve better. I will be better. You deserve the best. I will give you the best version of myself. I know it might not take, a day or two for it to turn around, but just please, see with me. I'm working on it for you, for us, for our relationship to be the best it can be. And I bet you're going to see how your man reacts to you. So this is just my take on it, guys. I would love to know you guys' thoughts on this in the comment section down below. I'd love to know you guys' opinions on this particular video in the comment section. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.